Alright, this is a demonstration of the A1E Sony OLED television, 65 inch. I'm just going to show you the settings here. Just show you extended dynamic range is on high. And motion is set on custom. With clearness on high. Back. So pretty much the motion processing on this with those settings is absolutely unparalleled with any LCD, any other OLED I've tried. It's just gorgeous. Everything stays in focus no matter how fast you're moving along. My camera is experiencing here, let me see. My camera definitely shows this flickering, this blurriness, but none of that is in person. You don't see any of that there. Everything just stays in focus. I'm gonna try to take off those settings so that you can see how it actually is. Input lag is not affected. I've been struggling for so long with this blurriness in televisions when it has to do with gaming. Sorry about the constant exposure shifts. I'm literally playing one-handed and trying to control my camera here. It's just a Pixel. It's just on my Google Pixel. Let me go ahead and take off the settings here so you can at least have maybe a little bit of a comparison. Yeah, none of this judderiness is there in person. It flows very smoothly. Let me take off the setting just so you have a comparison. I'm going to take this off because then it's going to be way too bright. This is to compensate for the let me see, the loss in brightness due to the motion processing. When you set it to clearness on high, it dims the screen. Not sure why technically. So I'll just have it on low. In this mode you still get that blurriness in the background, the loss of detail. Sorry about that. The loss of detail in motion. Even when anything moves, it just loses focus. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, the background starts to blur. Details go away. But once you set that motion, that clearness on high, and in order to keep the brightness up, you put that extended dynamic range on high, it totally makes up for any slight loss in brightness. It's, well, I wouldn't say slight. It's a good amount of brightness lowered, but it's actually very bright even without it. I mean, it's it definitely not, you wouldn't be expecting LED levels of brightness here, but oh jeez, this is difficult to do one-handed. Alright, but it's plenty bright. It stays, it's even brighter in once you have it set. It's higher brightness than having it off and having the motion setting low. And I definitely don't experience any clipping and highlights, any issues like that. So This is like the holy grail for gaming. I haven't had any issues with input lag. I don't feel it at all. I tend to start feeling it about 50 millisecond delay and higher. I definitely don't feel it on this TV. So just to give you an idea, this is extended dynamic range, high with low clearness setting. So you can get an idea of how much brightness you do lose when you set it on high. It's actually not a huge hit, and it's still very bright. It's you once you're playing, you completely forget about the brightness because it's perfectly bright. And this is actually a kind of a dark area in the game, in the cave. It's not super dark, but it's darker than outside. So that's the motion processing, and I definitely say if you're into gaming at all and have been interested in OLED, this definitely beats out any OLED I've played on, especially in clarity with motion. Like it's unparalleled. The LGs hold nothing on this, and you can't enable motion flow on the LG during game mode. And this isn't me being a Sony fanboy. I haven't owned a Sony television since actually ever. I haven't owned any since the CRT days. I've actually been using LG OLEDs exclusively, and I only have gotten the Z9D to just out of frustration with the problems of OLED, and I'm selling that for sure and keeping this. This is just fantastic. You guys got to experience this if you're a gamer. Highly recommended.